Everyone, good morning. Can anyone confirm? Audible or not? Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
So, where we stopped in the last session? Hmm? What we discussed in the last session? Anyone? I don't know. Where we stopped?
We discussed about the positions.
Positions done, right?
Done. Yes.
So, can anyone tell me what is the difference between absolute and fixed position? Absolute and fixed.
Parent,
What?
parent reference, parent element as reference. Absolute position will take a parent element as reference. If the parent position is other than static, and fixed will take it will take viewport as reference.
That is the main difference. But you have to tell like something more. Okay, you have to elaborate more. Okay. So if anybody asks the question like this only, hey, what is the difference between absolute and fixed? Okay, just you can don't stop with like single point. Just you can explore what you know about the absolute and what you know about fixed, and then you can tell the difference. Okay, whatever you tell, that is correct. One. Absolute position is like what? It's take always parent as a reference when if the parent has other than static position. If it is like a fixed, it is always takes like a viewport as a reference. Irrespective of scroll, is always fixed to that particular position or not. Yes or no? Okay, if you want to elaborate more, okay, absolute position, it's going to remove the space from the DOM. Everything you can tell. At last, you can tell the difference. If you know something, then that you can explain. No problem at all. Okay, the next one. Why we go for sticky? Tell me one scenario. Did you use anywhere sticky? Any one of you? Sticky. Hmm?
Element will stick to a position up to certain level, like certain position.
Sticky position is used for what? Dynamically, if you want to stick an element in that particular position, you have to use like a dynamic. Dynamically, if you want to stick an element in that particular position, then the time you can go with that. Sticky. Sorry. What is the main difference between inline and block level? Tell me some inline elements and tell me some block level elements. Inline elements and block
Block
level.
level takes the parent width and height, and inline takes the content
The
width.
element which takes the parent width as its own width, that kind of elements we can say like a block level. What about inline?
Content width.
It's take
It takes
exactly the content width, right? It is exactly take
yes.
like a content width or not. Can you tell me where exactly you use link tag?
Wave icon and style sheets.
Okay, one is like style sheet, and then one
Fave icon, favorite icon.
fav icon,
Icon.
right? So which attributes are like mandatory?
Rel H reference.
The relation and href is the mandatory order. Okay. So tell me something about important property. Important. It's not a property that if you make it like important one CSS property, the behavior is what? What is the behavior?
It will take first that one as a
Irrespective of
default,
hierarchy.
irrespective
Okay.
of hierarchy.
It's not considered the hierarchy. It is always give the first priority. It's not considered the priority. Okay. It is always gives the first priority to the property which is having important. Okay. Tell me some selectors what you know. Anyone? Selectors what you know.
Inline.
Selectors.
ID, class, tag name,
Okay.
first child, first of type, last of type,
Hmm.
attribute, greater than, tilde, space.
What is the difference between greater than and space?
Greater than means it takes
Direct
only
children.
direct children. Space means direct and indirect children.
Direct or indirect children, right? Space. Tell me some input controls. Input controls.
Input, radio button, checkbox, select, file upload, drop down,
Elements behavior is depending upon what?
CSS,
Which CSS property is like applied to the password field to make the particular content visible with some mouse.
WebKit.
WebKit. Huh? WebKit text security. WebKit text security is the property, right? That particular property is applied for that password field. That's the reason whatever the content you entered, that content is visible to the end user with some mask or not. In the developer console window, elements tab purposes what it contains, the elements tab.
it contains the entire HTML code
Whatever
with
the user interface, whatever the content loaded, that content related source code we can see. The next,
in the elements tab.
that's it, elements tab. Each and every element applied with CSS properties, those CSS also we can see or not. So,
Yes.
see, HTML and CSS not only for React, these are common for any UI related. Okay, either it is like React or Angular or Vue or Backbone, EXT, Node.js even, to create the templates and everything. Okay, minimum basics are required. Okay, don't take like oh HTML only, CSS only, nothing. Okay, everything is like HTML, CSS required for every UI related technologies. Tell me. Source tab. Anyone? Source tab. What we can see in the source tab?
We can debug our application over there.
And debug. Another one.
Network related calls are stored over there.
Or it's in the network
The
tab.
files,
Whatever my browser send a request and get the response, right? That response stored in the file explorer format in the source tab or not. And we can debug the code. What about network tab? Network.
Browser sends request and responses are tracked.
Whatever my browser send a request and response, we can track there, right? The network tab. What about application?
We can store and see the browser storages like session storage, local storage, cookies.
Yeah, we can check the browser storages, right? Apple storage, session storage, cookies. Okay, IndexedDB. These are all we can see. Or what about console?
To write the JavaScript code.
Hmm? Console for log messages. In your application, if you want to log the messages, some information messages, maybe error messages, maybe whatever it can be, log the messages. We can write some code to log those messages. We can see that message is in the console tab or not. Another purpose is what? Another purpose is what?
It acts as a JavaScript.
Yeah, it is working as like a JavaScript environment, right? Any code you can write, any JavaScript code you can write it. Yes or no? So this is only for Chrome browser or for all the browsers of these features. Hmm? These in developer console window I can see in only Chrome or all the browsers.
I can see all in all the browsers.
All the browsers. These are
All the browsers.
we have to follow. Okay, one browser they introduced into the market means they should have to follow all these standards. Developer console window, in the developer console window, elements tab. Okay, everything, these standards they has to follow. Got my point? What is box model? What is box model? If anybody asks what is box model, what's your answer? Hmm?
Box model contains content padding, border, and margin.
Tomorrow also
And
we have session. Are you okay with that? 7 a.m. Tomorrow 7 a.m. Hmm?
I am okay.
Oh. If you're
Yes,
silent, I can consider you like yes.
yes.
What is box model?
Box model contains content padding, border, and margin.
If anybody asks about box model, just you can say like this. Box model which represents the structure of an element. That point you can say first. It tells something about the structure of an element, which contains what? Which contains 4 sections. Content, padding, border,
Border.
and
Margin.
Margin.
content, the text which is visible to the end user. Next. Border,
Padding,
that's the boundaries of an
the
element.
gap between
Next,
the
padding,
margin,
the gap between content to
border, and content.
margin, which is expanded outside the border, which is
Border.
expanded outside the border. These all are like what? These all are like box model related only, right? See, you know the stuff of working people already. Who is working, leave it. But who is looking for the job? You know the things, but you are not able to deliver properly. Then that time there is no use. Okay, in your mind, what is box model? You know that. But if you not tell properly, if you not deliver properly, what is the use of that? So that if you are able to understand means the next level thing is like you have to practice more with the definitions and how to deliver the things. That is the next level. First thing is like if you're not able to understand, then the time you are not able to go to the next level. If you go also there is no use. First level you're able to understand, still you are not able to answer the questions means that is completely lack of practice. If you're not able to understand means that's okay, fine. Okay, if you're not able to understand means if you practice also there is no use. You are able to understand, still you are not able to deliver the answers, means that is completely lack of practice. Okay, just practice. Okay, take the definitions. Okay, 10 times, 12 times, okay, 15 times, like this you can practice. Who is looking for the job, confidently how to tell the answers. If you tell like half of answers in the time, okay, some people may satisfy, some people may not satisfy your answer. If you know the thing, you should have to satisfy them. If you don't know, that's okay, fine. If you know, still you are confusing, you are not able to deliver, means there is no use, right? Hmm? Okay, na? Okay, okay, everyone? Okay, I have a small requirement. Okay, tomorrow also we have session, so tomorrow we can continue. Okay, now my requirement is what, very simple requirement. This is my browser, okay? This is my browser. In my browser, I have one H1 element is there. Okay, that H1 element, let's search it. Okay, na? Search. So whenever my browser width, based on my browser width is like less than 700. Okay, by default my search is like what, in the black color. If my browser width is like less than 700, I want my searching in the red color. Greater than 700 and less than 900, I want the searching in the green color. Okay, the next one is like greater than 900 and less than 1200, I want in the yellow color. If it is like greater than 12, okay, 1200, just I want like a blue color. Blue color. Understood my question? How many elements are there? Total, how many elements are there?
One element.
One
Only
element.
one element.
One element. One element. So based on the browser width, based on the browser width, okay, that particular element, what you have to change? To that particular
Color.
element, what you have to change?
Color.
Yes,
Color.
the color you have to change it or not. Based on what? Based on my browser width or not. So my question is very simple. Based on browser width, if you want to apply some CSS properties to some elements, okay, some specific CSS property, color red, I want to apply if my browser width is like less than 700. Some of the specific CSS properties I want to apply some elements based on the browser width. That is my question. So how we can achieve? Based on the browser width, if you want to apply some CSS properties to some elements based on the browser width, that is important. How we can apply? That is the question. My answer is by using media
Media
queries.
queries.
By using media queries. Now my question is like, hey, why we go for media queries? If anybody asks, what's your answer? By using media queries, I can apply some CSS properties to some elements, okay, based on my browser width or not. Okay, you can use browser width terminology. Otherwise, another one is like a screen resolution. You can use this terminology. Screen resolution is nothing but browser width only. Screen resolution. Based on my screen resolution, if you want to apply some CSS properties to some elements, then you can go with the media queries or not. Then you can go with the media queries or not. Okay. Now this requirement only can you do this requirement only? Okay, let's go then. Shall I create one more folder? Okay. I have one more question. Okay, this general thing. You opened one website. Okay, how you can justify whether this website is like good or not that much? Your personal opinion. You open one website, any website. How you decide, like, how you justify, how you can give your opinion on the website? Okay, which parameters you are going to consider? Hmm? Which parameters you are going to consider?
Um,
Hmm?
Look and feel.
Okay, look and feel, correct. Look and feel. Next.
Visibility, maybe.
Hmm?
Accessibility.
Accessibility. Okay. Next. Next. Any?
Content.
Then it's a loading time.
Yeah, loading.
Okay, next. Responsive. Hmm? Yes or no? Responsive, right? For example, if I open one website in mobile view, then that time it should fit for that particular resolution or not. Yes or no? For example, you can take this website. If you want to go with the mobile view, how we can see in the browser the mobile view, you know, right click, do inspect, right click and do inspect. You can talk. Now see, there has top second item. Can you read it? Toggle device toolbar. Just go here. Just you can do refresh. Just you can do refresh. Now see, if it is like a mobile view, it is looks like this or not? Yes or no?
Okay.
Okay. So how we can say my application, any application is like responsive or not? Responsive. How we can say this feature is there in that application or not? Is my application is like responsive or not? Anyone? How we can say by seeing this one, we have to tell. Very simple. The application is like fit for that particular resolution. Resolution is nothing but the width of the device. Okay, this application is like fit for this particular resolution. That kind of websites, what we can say? We can say like a responsive web pages or not. Responsive websites or not. Okay, how we can say it's like fit or not? If it is not having the horizontal scroll, right? Yes or no? It is always in the mobile. Okay, it's like vertical scroll like this. It's not like horizontal scroll or not. So when you can say it's like responsive means that particular application is fit for that particular resolution, then that time that application we can say like a response. Okay, now without losing content, that is an important, right? Okay, the horizontal scroll is not there, you lose the content. Then what is the use of that one? There is no use, right? So without lose the content, okay, you have to make that particular web page is like fit for that particular resolution. Then you can say like what? That web page is like, then you can say that web page is like responsive
Responsive.
web page or not, responsive websites or not. So now how we can develop this responsive websites, how we can develop this responsive websites, how we can develop this responsive websites. So by using media queries, you can do it. Media queries. There has other frameworks, other libraries also there, like Bootstrap, like a Bootstrap. So why we go for media queries? If anybody asks, you can add one more point or not. What is that point? By using media queries, we can apply some specific CSS properties to some elements based on the resolution. Using media queries, we can do the responsive web pages. We can do the we can do development of what? Responsive web pages or not. We can develop responsive web pages or not. How we can say one web page is like responsive or not? How you can say one web page is like responsive or not? One. How we can say one page is like responsive or not? Okay, very simple.
When it-
If that particular
when-
page is like fit for that resolution, then you can say like what? That is like a responsive or not. If it is not fit for that particular resolution, then you can say like what? It's not responsive, something like that you can say. Understood everyone? The terminology: responsive, screen resolution, media queries, responsive, screen resolution, media queries. Terminologies. Okay, na? Okay then. I have one element H1 such. Can I run this? Open with live server. Open with the live server. Now, if you come here, any resolution you can take it. It is always like what I say. I'm doing like the width change, browser width I'm changing. Okay, for any resolution, it's always like what in the which color? In the black color only or not? But this is not our requirement. No? This is not our requirement. Resolution is always okay. Always consider the width, not height. Resolution is always considered the width, not height. Okay, na? Device width, not height. Resolution means. Okay. Now, if I decrease or increase the width of my browser, it is always like what? In which color? Black color only. But it's not our requirement. So our requirement is what? Less than 700 red color. 700 to 900, something different color. 900 to 1200, something different colors like that or not. So, how it's possible? Using media
Media
queries.
Media
So,
queries.
media queries or not. So, syntactically, the media queries are also CSS only as part of CSS. In a single file, if you want to apply the CSS, can I go with the internal? How you can apply internal style? Using
Using style tag.
style tag. So, let's go. Okay, na? Okay. So I want to write one CSS property like this. Okay, na? CR or H1 color red. If I write like this H1 color red is applied for my H1 any resolution or not? For my H1 any resolution or not? Okay, let's take
Yes.
this one. For any resolution, it is always applied like what? Color red only or not? But our requirement is like this. Huh? Is our requirement is like this? All right. What's our requirement? What's our requirement? Come on. Based on the screen width, right? You have to apply. Okay. So what change is required? What change is required? You have to write some media queries or not. Okay, how we can write the media queries? No, very simple. At the rate media, see the helper you can get it. For my screen, okay, here you can mention the width. Okay, the syntax, you have to follow this. Okay, screen and my minimum 700 below is nothing but what? 0 to 700. So the max width is how much? The max width is how much? 0 to 700 means my max width is how much? 700, right? So the max width is like 700 pixel. Then that type to which element you want me to apply. See this block when it is going to activate. This block when it is going to activate. Whenever my screen resolution is like less than 700. So whatever you written, the syntax never changes. Selector CSS properties. Whatever you written, the same code you can write in the block.
Now this block, when it is in active mode, come into active mode. This block, when it is coming to the active mode, whenever the screen resolution is like less than 700 or not, maximum 700 means 0 to 700, yes or no. Now if you come here, it's not applied. See this, it is not applied. Now when it is going to apply, whenever my screen resolution is like less than 700 or not, now it's applied or not, yes or no. Come on, up to 700 it's going to apply. 700 to, okay, 700 above it is not applied, right? 700 above it is not applied or not. Got my point? Come on, 700 above it is not applied or not. Okay, now the next requirement is what? I need one more media query. This time my min width is how much? 700 pixel, and my max width is how much? This one you can adjust based on your requirement. My max width is how much? 900 pixel. Whenever the screen resolution in between 700 and 900, to which element selector to my H1, I want to apply which color? Color. Okay. Now can I refresh? Now 700 below red, 700 to 900 yellow color. 900 above, it's not. So can I copy this one? Can I copy this one? Okay, now this time 900 to 1200, what the color you want me to apply? So my color is like a blue color. Now see, 700 below red, 700 to 900, 900 to 1200, above 1200, not applied anything. So can we apply above 1200? Above 1200 means minimum how much? Above 1200 means minimum how much? Minimum 1200, maximum I don't know. Now the color is like what? Now the color is like what? Green color. Now see, less than 700, 700 to 900, 900 to 1200, greater than 1200, greater than 1200. Working? Yes or no? So exactly at 935 pixel, whenever I have 935 pixel, I want to apply big font size to my H1. Then how you can write? At the red media screen, exactly when 935 pixel.
930.
935 pixel. I want to apply what? My font size 100 pixel. My font size is like 100 pixel. Now can you refresh? Exactly 935. When it is? Somewhere you can see. And 14 between you can put it. $900 means this one, huh? Okay, 935 only can put it. Not in the yellow, you have to check in the blue. Now somewhere, yeah, see this. This is like 935 exactly. The browser width is like 935. 935 pixel. Then the time it is applied like what? Font size or not? So if you want to design a pixel perfect web pages, pixel perfect. Okay, exactly 100 pixel. I want to apply this color. Exactly 121 pixel. I want to do something pixel perfect. If you want to apply, okay, some CSS properties, okay, exactly to this particular width only, then that time you have to go with what? Media queries only or not. So tell me, why we go for media queries? If anybody asks, what's your answer? Using media queries, we can apply some CSS, specific CSS properties to specific elements based on the resolution. That is an important. Using media queries, we can design responsive web pages or not. Okay. Using media queries, we can develop pixel perfect websites or not. Yes or no? Responsive is nothing but what? When you can say this application is like responsive or not responsive. When, how we can say it is like responsive or not responsive.
If it fits for the screen resolution, it is
That
responsive.
particular web application is like, okay, fit for that resolution. Fit for that resolution. What is resolution? Resolution is nothing but what?
Screen width.
The device width. Resolution is nothing but your device width. Understood? Okay, everyone? Okay. Now I have one more requirement. Whenever if it is like less than 700, I needed like 3 boxes line by line. Less than 700, I needed like 3 boxes like what? Line by line. I less than 3 boxes like line by line like this. Whenever it's like less than, come on, less than 700. If it is like 900, okay, 700 to 900, first box and the second box in the one line, okay, first box and the second box in one line, and my third box should occupies, okay, full width in the second row. Okay, na? When 700 to 900. If it is like greater than 900, okay, my first box should occupy the full width. My second and third boxes is like 50-50. It's like what? 50-50. And if it is like greater than 1200, I want the boxes. I want the boxes side by side. Okay, it's nothing but within the browser, the full width, for example, this one. Okay, the 3 boxes should arrange like this. Should arrange like this. This is my requirement. So, if it is on the requirement, tell me how many elements are required first.
Three.
3 elements required. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Check again. So, tell me. Yeah, you said 3 elements. Huh? Can I take reduce? Okay, next. Next. Come on, anyone? Based on the resolution, you have to apply some CSS properties or not? Yes, no.
So
Then
we
you can
have
go
to
with
use
what?
the media
Then media
queries.
queries. So within the
Style.
same file, if you want to go with the
Read.
CSS, you can go with the internal style. Okay, next.
At media.
If you observe here, irrespective of resolution, there has some CSS properties are common for all or not? What are the CSS properties are common? All the divs.
Border.
Border is common. Height, width. All the divs, height, width, border is common or not? Yes, no? So
Width and height.
you can directly write, okay, div width equals to, okay, how much you can write? Width not, height, border only. Width keep on changing, right? Height, how much? 100 pixel. Border 1 pixel, solid red. Hmm? Can I run this one? Now it is looks like this. Why line by line? By default? By default, why line by line?
Blocked.
Div is a block level element.
It's a block level, right? It's a block level. So for my first requirement, satisfied or not? First requirement satisfied or not? Whenever it is like less than 700 pixel, whenever it is like less than 700 pixel, okay. Now my three divs like line by line or not? Yes or no? Satisfied, right? Okay, done. So no need to do anything. No need to do anything for less than 700. But you can write one media query. You can write one media query. Copy this. Okay. Now, which are required, which are not required, just delete it. Okay. Can you remove this? These are not required, right? But the media query is required. But whatever the CSS are there, that's specific to second, okay, last example. Yes, done. Now, if it is like 700 and 900, what do you want me to do? 700 and 900, what do you want me to do? First one and second one, side by side. Third one is like normal, a new line. Then, for my second one, first div, second div, side by side.
Inline.
First div,
Display.
second div, I want selectors first. Tell me, first div, second div selectors. 26, 27, 25, 26, sorry. First to second, right? 25, 26 selectors.
And child of 1 and 2.
That's all. What do you want me to apply? Width, how much you want me to apply? Width, how much you want me to apply? 49, not 50. Why no? Border also is going to take some width. That's the reason I'm going to take like width to 49. Okay, tell me. Is enough? Will it work? Will it work or not work? Will it work or not work? But not side by side, right? I want side by side. Then
Display inline.
display,
Display inline.
display,
Inline.
Inline.
So whenever you write display inline, it's take content width. Do we have any content here? In the div, do we have any content? In the div, do we have any content? No, no.
No.
So inline always content width, block always parent width. My width I want to take it. Then you can go with inline block. Inline content width, block parent width. Inline block your width, your width. Yes, no? That's okay or not? The next one. Come on. Next one. First one is okay. Second, third one. I want like what? Last one. Last one. Tell me. Last one. For all the divs.
Side by side. Inline.
Okay.
block.
Can I use like 33%? Okay, na? Now see, requirement satisfied or not? Div less than 700. Next, 700 to 900. 900 to 1200. Above 1200. Above 1200. Okay, na? Now, the next one is what, in this example only. If it is like less than 700. I want the Google logo top left corner. Okay, na? If it is like 700 to 900, I want the Google logo top right corner. If it is like 900 to 1200, bottom right corner. Okay, if it is this greater than 1200, left bottom corner, left bottom corner. I want the Google logo. Tell me what you want me to do.
Yeah.
Tell me. What do you want me to do? You want? First of all, Google logo, I want to place it. Can I get the Google logo first? This time it is SVG. Direct logo I want. I want image. Okay, image path. Have any logos online? Take another logo instead of this one. Tentative logo you can take. See the full-fledged path, online path. If you have, it's a local path. That's the path. I want a online path. Yeah. Now this is the one. This is my logo, right? Can I copy this? So what do you want me to do? If you want to place an image, which element is required?
Yeah.
IMG. Source equals to this one or not? Can I copy this one? This image in all boxes, no? In all types. Control J. Yeah. Now, can you refresh the page? What is that? Yes. Okay. First one is satisfied. No problem at all. Okay. First one is like satisfied. Top left corner only. Now, whenever if I change this one, it should be like what? Top right corner. Top right corner. So, what do you want me to do? Come on. I want to change the position of an element. Then you can go with
First, we have to take the image selector.
positions, right?
Positions we have to take.
Position or not? Tell me how we can. How we can change the position of an element.
Uh,
Here to here, I want to change it. Which position is the recommended one?
right under position is
Which position is the recommended one?
Absolute position.
absolute.
Why not fixed? Why not sticky? Fixed always takes the viewport. You want to viewport, you want me to in this particular div only you want to move on. Here
In
there
this
is
particular view.
dynamical, I don't want to apply. Okay, it's like for that particular resolution, just it has to stick here only. Okay, dynamical we are not applying anything. Okay, that is also. The next one is like what? Relative. Why not relative?
Take the block.
Relative means, for example, if I put like from here to 100 pixel, if I put here only it is okay. For example, if the parent width is like changed, then that time it is always in this place only. in this place only. For example, if I write like what I can say to this particular image, position relative. Okay, left 0. Okay, like this. I just start it like this. 7 left 0 up to here. I added, for example. Now, if it's okay at this moment. Now, if I change this one, see this there only, right? The zoom. If I change this one, then the time it has to come here, right? Yes or no? So, if the resolution is like changed, my relative will not work. Then you can go with the absolute. Tell me, my position absolute, if I add, then what happened? Whenever you written like a position absolute, then what happened? It is, we can apply top, right, left, bottom. It's take which one as a reference?
Parental.
Please take which one as a reference? Parent. Who is the parent?
Div.
Div. Div. Is my div has any position?
No.
No. Then the time it's take which one as a reference? Body.
Static.
So that if I write like top 0 and right 0, it is coming here or not? You want take the body as a reference, or you want me take this box as a reference?
Div.
Box, right? So whenever you apply a position absolute to the element, it's take the parent as a reference when if the parent has other than static. But this parent is not having the static. That's the reason it is go to the next parent. But you want to take this parent as a reference, right? So which property, which position you want me to apply to my table? Other than static means. Other than static, how many positions are there?
4.
Other than static, how many positions are there?
4.
4. Among these 4, which one you want me to apply? Which one you want me to apply? Okay, position absolute if I apply. One complete div gone. Why? Because it's remove the space from the DOM. Fixed complete div gone. It is remove the space from the DOM. Sticky.
Sticky.
Okay, somewhere it is like applied, but it's like dynamically while scrolling, it is like there has some change maybe. But relative, it is always what? It is not remove the space from the DOM. It is not the change the behavior. Then that time better to recommend it to go with relative. I need a position. I don't want to change the behavior. Then you can go with what? Relative or not. Now see, whenever it is like relative, it is like take my parent as a reference or not. Okay, na? So that for all the divs, which position you want? Relative or not. Okay. Whenever this resolution to my image, what you want me to apply? Position. Tell me. Absolute. Top is what? Top 0. Next. Right. Come on. Top 0 pixel and right. Right. Right 0 pixel. Right. Yes, ma'am. Now, whenever this one to my image, what do you want me to apply? Right 0. Bottom.
Zero.
Bottom. Whenever this left 0, bottom 0, left 0, bottom 0. Okay, can I say this? First, all are what? Left to top. Next, top, right. Next, bottom, right. Next, left, come on, left, what? Left, bottom. Now see here, okay, you have to decrease to something like this. 32%. Now it's okay, right? Working as expected or not? Okay, na? Okay then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining. So you can prepare the media queries also. Tomorrow 7 a.m. you can join. Okay, well, because Monday onwards we are going to start like JavaScript. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions?
So tomorrow what time?
7 a.m. 7
Okay.
7 a.m. Regular time only. Okay then, prepare well. Okay, these are the basic things. Okay, JavaScript and React, you have to focus more. Okay then, thank you guys. Thanks for joining.